Okay, hi everyone. So let's talk due diligence today. What exactly is a due diligence fee? Most buyers hear the word due diligence and they immediately panic. But really, this is just your time to investigate what's going on in the home that you are planning to purchase. So think about your due diligence as a non refundable deposit, right? So you have an offer that has been accepted, and now it's time for you to now have 24 hours to submit your due diligence fee. Now, I do want to add that there is a time period in the due diligence, meaning usually it's about a 2 to 3 week period, depending on the time of close. This can also be negotiated in your contract. Some have shorter closing periods or shorter due diligence periods. So then, or some closings have longer due diligence periods because maybe their closing is not for 60 days or so. Now remember, every home in North Carolina is sold as is, which means that what you see is what you get. So sellers don't have the obligation to fix anything, but the caveat is you can ask for seller concessions if there's something that affects the livability and safety of the home. Once your offer is accepted, you will enter what is called a due diligence period. Now, this is your opportunity to fully inspect to make sure that this home is the right fit for you or you and your family. Now, during this time, you're going to get your inspections, your appraisal, and maybe you'll check on like HOA documents, you'll check permits, obtain insurance quotes, and really evaluate the overall condition of the property, right? Okay, so now let's talk about due diligence because this is where buyers get confused. In North Carolina, the due diligence is paid directly to the seller. So shortly after you go under contract, this is when you submit your non refundable, remember that word, non refundable deposit. After you've gotten your inspections, if you decide during this due diligence period that you want to terminate the contract and you don't want to move forward with the home, then yes, you do lose your money. The only time you will ever get due diligence money back is if that seller cannot clear title. That is one of the rules in the contract or laws in the contract that state the seller has to clear title. If they cannot clear title on the property, you will get that due diligence money back. The due diligence period is designed to protect the buyers. So if issues come up that affect the safety or livability of the home during your inspections, you maybe some like foundation concerns or something that is just significant mold, whatever, you do have the option to terminate your contract. Honestly, you can wake up and have a bad dream and decide, okay, you know what? I don't want this property, although it's not recommended, which means that whenever I'm with my clients and I say to you, are you sure you want this home? And you say, yes, Shante, I want this home. That is making sure that you definitely want this property because, again, I don't like my clients to lose money, and I'm sure you don't like to lose money either. So make sure that whenever you step into a home and you decide that this is the house that you want to purchase and you want to go under contract with this home, that you are for sure positive that even if something crazy comes up in the inspection, this is something that you seriously want. So, if you're thinking about buying in the Raleigh Durham area or any of the surrounding counties, please feel free to reach out via text, DM, call. I am happy to help. I've also created a first time home buyers and first time home buyer is in North Carolina guide to buying a home. So, please download that. I'll link it in the bio and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe for more real estate tips. Talk to you soon.